Here's another multifamily property management strategy. So what's very common, and it's actually a nice amenity at multifamily properties, is something called valet trash. And this is different than your standard trash service. This is where a service, or you do this in-house, hint what I'm going to talk about next, where you go door to door and you pick up trash from the resident's doorstep. This is a great amenity for residents because they get to have their trash picked up right from their door. They don't have to walk it to the dumpster. And at a big multifamily property, the dumpster could be far. So residents typically are happy to pay for this service because on paper, it's a great service. The problem comes with the execution, like with many things when it comes to property management. And so the reality is residents love it, but then if the service is not being done well, then you've got trash in the hallways, in the corridors, even worse if it's an interior hallway because it can get smelly, or even worse because we've had a service provider spill the trash all over the carpet and ruin the carpet, have to redo the carpet, and it makes it stink for weeks, and that's just terribly unacceptable. So there's a lot of downsides from it going from a good idea to bad execution, but nevertheless, when it's done well, residents like it, and you can charge an extra fee on top of it. We don't actually do that. We just book it into our amenity fee. So we just charge a whole entire amenity fee package that residents get bulk Wi-Fi, they get valet trash and other amenities like a parcel locker and pest control. And what we have done at certain properties is done valet trash in-house. And so this is something that I feel like should be more popular because as we talked about before, when talking about outsourcing versus doing things in-house, you need to look at it in terms of the quadrant of outsourcing. And so the quadrants being basically how difficult is this thing to do, as well as how profitable is this thing to do. And so if something is easy to do and it makes you money, then you should do it, right? And that's pretty obvious. But if something is hard to do, so you have to have specialized talent and it actually isn't really a profit center, then it's just better to go ahead and outsource it. So where at certain properties, we brought valet trash in-house where we have an extra person on the maintenance team and they spend half their time doing the valet trash service where they actually just go door to door, pick up the trash and walk it to the dumpster. Super simple, very profitable. And also that person doesn't spend all their time on valet trash. They actually have another free 20 hours a week to do other things like pick up trash around the rest of the property or help out with maintenance requests and so on and so forth. And of course, they have an awesome opportunity to work with our teams to get training and working with leadership to actually grow and hopefully be promoted through our maintenance programs.